Free shield. Okay, free shield. What's free shield? Okay, have you ever heard about how cell phones actually slow down your reaction time? Have you ever heard that? Because cell phones are actually illegal to drive now in a lot of drive with in a lot of states. You have to have headsets simply because they slow down reaction time. It's not because you have one hand on your phone and one hand that you're driving with. That has nothing to do with it. Slowing down your reaction time means because you've got this highly intense electromagnetic field that's generated from your cell phone, from this connection to all the cell towers. These electromagnetic waves go inside and they start distorting your brain waves. Okay? They cause distortion in your neurons and they slow down your actual reaction time. Okay? This is important. It means electromagnetic fields make you slower. Okay? Slower brain processing means what? You become dumber. Okay? We don't want to become dumber and dumber as time goes by. We want to become smarter. We want to become sharper. Okay? When we have all these electromagnetic frequencies, this isn't just cell phones. This is satellite signals, radio signals, cell phone signals. This is power lines. This is the Earth's even own electromagnetic field, the Earth's own magnetic field, the Earth's own gravitational field. These are all vibrational systems. We have light pollution. We have sound pollution. All these systems are all being absorbed through your pineal gland, which absorbs not only visible but invisible light. Now, when we talk about light, we're not just talking about light that we can see. We're actually talking about the entire electromagnetic spectrum. Okay? Anything that is electromagnetic, our pineal gland picks up and it takes all these signals, and because our environment is saturated with electromagnetic pollution, our pineal gland is fried. It's going every which way, not knowing what to do, and all these signals are confusing our brain. In other words, they're making us slower, they're making us dumber, we get frustrated, we get confused, we get that edge, that anxiety, which is, it's frustrating, okay? We don't want it anymore. This is huge. This is the biggest problem of why human beings, especially in industrialized nations, are not happy. And it is simply because of the electromagnetic pollution, which is causing this massive amount of stress inside. Okay? We need to protect ourselves from this. Our brain needs protection from this. Our brain can't handle it. Think about it. Think about when you last went camping. You were out in nature. No power lines, no nothing. You get an idea, you're like, I'm going to pitch the tent. Yeah, sounds like a good idea. You have a moment to reflect on your own thoughts even. You pitch the tent, you set it up, you're like, yeah, that's nice. You actually sit there and admire it. You're like, yo honey, look how nice that tent looks. You know? You take time to actually admire and celebrate every little thing that you do. I'm going to build a fire next, you know? And you're like starting out and you're like all these tiny little wood shavings. You're in the city, you're like, you know? Different. You're like, screw the wood shaving, give me some gas! You know, you just want to torch it. Big difference. You know, from being out camping, everything slows down, calm, nice. Sometimes it takes 3 or 4 days for your brain to actually unwind so you can actually come out and exist. Because of this signals that's shooting through our brain. Now, on Robin Biggs' show on MTV, when Rob landed a trick called the switch laser, it's one of the most difficult tricks in skateboarding. He never ever landed that trick before that show. It wasn't fake, that was real. How did he do it? Well, when we're talking about high performance, what we're talking about is brain processing speed. In other words, 1/20th of a second is literally determines whether or not you're going to land that trick. It's that easy. Well, when he had the Sacred G all over underneath his board, he created this field. And field through his body, field through his cells, field into his brain, which neutralized and overrode all of these negative vibrational influences from the environment. Sacred G just doesn't neutralize the environmental vibrations. It actually uses the vibrational system to enhance and tweak processing power inside your brain beyond what we'd be like normally if there was no electromagnetic pollution. So it actually takes you not only back to your neutral point, but way beyond that neutral point. He landed that trick because his brain could process information faster. It's science. It's performance. This is how the technology works. So FreeShield essentially establishes the science behind how this technology increases processing power inside your brain. We've got infrared testing that shows that heat from a cell phone was reduced by up to 87% from having 4 of these little tiny micro stickers on. Now you can actually download the free micros, the link's below, and you can try it out. You can start protecting your brain simply from putting your cell phone on. Now if you notice a difference in your cell phone, I got an iPhone. Anybody who has an iPhone knows that it actually cooks your brain and cooks your face. You literally get like a suntan on the side of your head because it's so hot. Now you don't get a suntan, but you know what I'm talking about. It gets really hot. You throw these things on there and all of a sudden your phone doesn't get so hot anymore. And you're like, whoa, that's noticeable. It's huge. And when you start noticing the difference just with your cell phone alone, well, when you're sleeping at night, your brain keeps trying to dip down into these deep delta brainwave states. But because our brain naturally wants to harmonize with its environment, we've got electricity running at 60 hertz in all the electric grid and coming off the power lines. And our brain is trying to dip down to 0.1 hertz to anywhere from 0.1 to 4 hertz and trying to dip down that low. As soon as it starts to dip and your brain relaxes for a moment, electricity goes and it shoots it and pulls it back up out of its deep states. So your brain's not processing and completing the healing process at nighttime. That's why you have so much stress. So when you start sleeping on Sacred G Fusion, that's what happens. This stress just starts to go. And instead of just healing your body at that neutral point, because right now it's way below neutral because of the electromagnetic pollution, when you start sleeping on Sacred G Fusion, you sleep on a case, it'll take you past this neutral point up to here. All of a sudden you get to a bed set, you're like way up here. You get to multiple bed sets, you're like you're out of the picture. You're in the clouds because you've got so much extra energy because your brain isn't just processing what you're using up today. Now it starts processing everything that you've been using up your entire life. It frees up all this extra energy. All of a sudden your body feels amazing. It's easy to move. You feel great. Check out FreeShield. It's a version of the Transcendence design, a really tiny version. It's a micro, simply designed for cell phones. It's free. Go download it. Learn. Craig Baraki is an absolutely incredible person. He built that site just because he cares about people and wants to really open up and stop this electromagnetic pollution and to bring awareness. Thank you so much, Craig, for creating this entire site and really helping to spread the word. Thank you all so much for going there, downloading it, and actually utilizing this in your daily life and getting the benefits of Sacred G technology.